Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Avid Tech Talk webcast series. These sessions were created for Avid customers and partners who administer, design, use, and implement Avid products. These sessions were also created to help you be more successful with the deployment and use of Avid products. Today's session will focus on Pro Tools. In today's session, we will be taking a closer look at customizing consoles with Eucon Soft Keys. Before we get started, I just want to let everyone know that a previous Tech Talk setting up and troubleshooting consoles and control surfaces in a multi-system environment did reference elements of Eucon, but did not focus on console customization, which is what we're talking about today. So while you may see some familiar content, this talk's going to cover some different material. Also, as a reminder, the session isn't really designed with polished marketing content. Instead, these sessions are less formal and focused on providing participants with technical content and as much demo material as possible. My name is Mark Corbin, and I'm the East Coast Field Service Technician for Avid Global Services. My primary expertise is with Avid's large format mixing consoles, including S5, S6, Icon, and our live venue consoles. I've been with Avid since 2011, but previously worked as head audio engineers for several post houses in and around New York City, doing editing, mixing, and designing rooms. I also continue to support my clients and work in the industry, acting as a sound supervisor and mixer for television shows and independent films. Once again, in today's Tech Talk, we're going to be taking a closer look at Pro Tools and customizing consoles with Eucon Soft Keys. So let's get started. So, a quick little agenda on what we're going to be covering. We're going to do a brief Eucon overview and revisit some of the material my West Coast cohort, Brandon Kamek, put together for his last Tech Talk, focusing specifically on Eucon connectivity and troubleshooting. You can just Google Avid Tech Talk and find the current lineup, as well as all of the archives. After that, we're going to move into the architecture of your soft keys, where the files are stored, how and when they're accessed, etc., etc. After that, we're going to take a look at the different editors for the Eucon consoles. And then to wrap it up, we're going to take a look at some examples that can be executed either on the UControl or S6 platform. But before we dive in, I wanted to touch on the purpose and power behind even having the ability to customize your console with soft keys. The idea is that you can create an environment where you can stay creative, press fewer buttons, shift fewer gears, and keep your mind focused. Then you get to stay in the sweet spot, and you get to actually do what you're supposed to do, which is create music, create TV shows, promos, webisodes, film, you name it. Just create. So when it's time for you to do that, we want you to be able to excel at it. All right, so here we go. All right, so a quick review on what Eucon is. Eucon enables you to connect a single surface to a single workstation. In this example, S6 is considered a single surface made up of multiple modules. Or you can connect multiple surfaces to a single workstation. S3, dock, and control are all considered a surface, an individual surface, but all connected to a single workstation. So multiple surfaces here, single workstation. But you're not just limited to a single workstation. You can also connect to multiple workstations, but there's more. These workstations are not just limited to running Pro Tools. They can run multiple applications at the same time or separately. Above are the icons representing many of the third-party pieces of software that have been Euconized, such as Pro Tools, obviously, Media Composer, Nuendo, Final Cut, and PureMX, just to name a few. So, to summarize what Eucon can really do, you can connect a single or multiple surface to a single or multiple workstations running a single or multiple applications. That's just crazy flexible. Okay, so what makes up this protocol? Each application up at the top has a Eucon adapter, which analyzes the software being Euconized and creates a virtual model of the session. If you recall Brandon's tech talk, you're going to remember that Eucon is an object-oriented protocol. This means that the software doesn't have to build individual instances of everything in your session. Rather, it uses primitives to make up that virtual model. All right, Mark, so what is a primitive? Every function or parameter that can be controlled is categorized as one of these 12 Eucon primitive objects. The entirety of your session is made up of multiple instances of just these 12 primitives. And these primitives, they make up your soft keys. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the architecture and file structure quickly.